Well, would you look at the time? Most of you who have watched even just one of my videos know I hate this game with a passion. Some people say it's justified, some say it's forced. I've always said that I hate this game, but only stated tiny bits of reasons of why I hate it, because I was saving it all for this video, where I'll be listing everything I hate about this game in one fell swoop, and explain to you why Ultrakill is the worst VSRG known to man. Alright, that's a bit exaggerated, but it is the most disappointing, considering how big and popular it is. And before you make a comment shitting on me, hear me out first before doing so. Make your opinion after watching the video. I'll also try to be as objective as possible, so I will not say shit like, oh, the new laser UI is so bad, blah blah. And release timing. I don't think it's bad for the game, I actually think it's good since it gives long notes their entire difficulty. If that's gone, long notes are as good as gone. Whatever, let's get started. Before we start going to why this game is so shit, we first have to address why it's so damn popular. 3 reasons: accessibility, migration, and community. First reason is pretty simple. Whenever you think of a keyboard VSRG, Ultrakill always comes to mind at first. The game is free, easy to set up. Oh, that's because it's everyone's first VSRG, and you basically adapt to whatever the game throws at you. If a skin is too big, deal with it. You need a very specific scroll speed? Well, fuck you. And the most popular content is also from Ultrakill. Big names like Jackass, Dresser, Miyuka, Saragi, those guys always come to mind. And for the second reason, which is migration, next to Mania we have Standard, the game mode everyone knows Osu for, which is 1,000 times bigger than Mania. And so here's the thing, anyone who tries Standard and doesn't like it, will probably take a look at the other game modes too. And most of the time, they choose Mania. And because of that, Mania is the second most popular game mode. And even then, because of its popularity, most people from other popular games like Friday Night Funkin', Funky Friday, Robeats, whatever else, who are looking for a harder experience with 4K and perhaps 7K, look to Ultrakill because of its status. Now for the third reason, community. I will admit, the way this game makes you interact with the community is amazing. Basically without even having to go outside of the game or to other social medias, like Discord, Twitter, and whatever else, you can interact with the community easily through its chat system. So this makes memories way more memorable because it happens directly in the game, and so it makes you more attached to the game, making quitting way more hard. Also COVID, when everyone was quarantined, pretty much every game got boost to their player counts. And not only did Osu get a boost, it got an indirect boost from Friday Night Funkin', because the FNF players who got bored of their game and wanted something way harder, probably switched to Ultrakill. Now notice how I didn't even mention the game itself, because there's nothing good about it. Let's talk about its problems now. The first problem is the engine. The engine is basically how the game processes the notes you hit. Each game has their own engine. But the engine of Ultrakill is the shittiest out of all the popular keyboard games, equivalent to the FNF engine. Alright, it's not that bad, but compared to engines like Etterna, this game allows too much mashing. Pretty much 90% of the popular big scores in this game would not be possible if it wasn't for this shit engine. Alright, where's my proof? How can I prove that the engine is dog shit? Well, of course, easily we have the scores themselves. Check their ratios. The game values combo way too much, and this makes it so as long as you hit the notes, your accuracy won't suffer as much. Every time I play this fuck ass game, it just feels way too easy combo, and even when I lose combo, it does not punish me enough despite me mashing like 90% of the score. Now this is compared to an actual good engine, the Etterna engine. If you're an Osu player going to Etterna, trust me, you will not be able to replicate your Osu scores on there. You'll at least be 2 or 3 rates below your Osu rate. And let's say you made Etterna for a while, and coming back to Osu, the Osu engine will feel very lenient. And for this reason, most scores under 97% on Osu are just mashed most of the time. Just blinded mashing and getting rewarded. Trust me, if the engine gets fixed, your Osu Mania Gold will fall 3 rates behind their best rate. Alright, I'm gonna go off topic for a bit, but that's why tournaments have a very specific style of charting. Because if it was just normal jump stream, hand stream, jacks, whatever else maps, the players would just be mashing the shit out of everything, and that would not make for an interesting tournament. And there's also pausing, which basically just completely defeats the purpose of stamina. I've seen so many debates about whether pausing is cheating or not. The pausing is not cheating crowd always use the same excuse. Oh, it helps me save myself from injuries and calm my nerve. Dude, that means the map you are playing is not feasible for you. You cannot play that map. Go play something easier. And come back when you are better. It's just a skill issue. It's so annoying when people just debate this shit. Alright, whatever. Let's get to the topic of charts. Let's get to the main problem. I made an entire video about this topic, so you can watch that instead. But I will shortly mention the points of that video and add a few more things to it. My points in that video is that ranked maps on Ultrakill are not that bad. It's just there isn't enough for everyone to play. And the other point was star rating and PP. We'll get to that later, it has its own section here. But for the not enough maps problem, I suggested we make the single map system that Osu has into a pack system, so that we have a lot of maps in one go. That way you don't have to download each map individually. And even then, like Osu's single map system makes it so that there's like 10 new ranked maps every day. It's not good, but the pack system would be like, in 1 second you will rank like 50 maps. And another point I want to add is the modding queue. I'm all for suggesting and improving maps, but the way Osu has done it has created a myth that any map that gets ranked is a 5-star meal, personally prepared by Chef Ramsay himself. And so when something gets ranked and it's not up to people's personal expectations, they hate it, because ranking maps on Osu takes so long. And let's say you are a mapper, you spend months polishing your map. Even after that, you have to have 2 bitmap nominators that fuck with your map and nominate it. If no BN likes your map, well, tough luck, you can't rank your map. These points are extremely oversimplified. Go watch this video for a longer, way better explanation. Alright, next we have is the star rating and PP system, which just might be the worst way to represent someone's skill in a game like ever. Let's start with the star rating. It literally just is a density calculator. It does not care for shit about patterns. Some simple 100 BPM jacks will be harder than an extremely tricky technical map. And it has been like this for years. They do roll out reworks, but what's the point if the system added its core is shit? If you don't fix the core, no matter how many tiny changes you make, it will be useless. It will literally do nothing. And the PP system is also very bad, because it just rates you based on what the current meta maps are. Let me explain myself. Since PP is just one number, it calculates your skill from every ranked map you play. And since Osu's star rating system is so shit, your PP just shows if you are good at certain patterns that the star rating system rates high. Currently, the meta maps are just long nose, jump drill, and jacks. Your PP represents how good you are at these certain patterns. And not only that, certain patterns in these patterns. Like long nose, there's a very specific style. If you just do that style, boom, you have fucking 1000 PP free. For jacks, it's just fucking quad double, quad double, quad double, quad double. It's just that. And fucking French core. That's why I think each skill set should have their own rating system. Jump stream, hand stream, jacks, whatever else should all be separate. All of them should have their own PP system. And this way you can get a way better representation of skill. Not only that, this will push more mappers to map a lot more of each skill set. This is how Etterna does it. I know I glaze this game a lot, but it's just that good, I'm telling you. There are a lot of people who take star rating seriously. Like, why? It's so dog shit, it doesn't represent anything at all. Even fucking Dans are better than that. And people like focus on the high PP records. No way, 1000, 100, 2000, 2000, 10,000, fucking whatever PP score instead of a good score. Like, fucking hell, dude. Whatever. Let's talk about how the Osu developers neglect Mania and even the Taiko and CBT modes. I'm telling you, pretty much none of these modes get barely as much attention compared to standard. If you guys watch any of the Osu devlog videos, you would know that they basically only care about standard, and they add a couple of things to the other free modes. Now you might start excusing them saying, oh, they have so much to do, they can't give each mode the attention it needs. First of all, if that's the case, then why did they add these modes? Like, why? If you can't give each one the attention they need, why did you add them in the first place and neglect them? It doesn't make any sense. Interlude and Etterna are made by little teams. In Interlude's case, it's one fucking British dude. And he still made an amazing rhythm game with one of, if not the best quality of life features I've ever seen in a rhythm game. But in Osu, to simply just change the height of your receptors, you need to do so fucking much for a small change. Like, what are the Osu developers' priorities? They don't add useful stuff like a chart preview. It doesn't make sense that this game has been out for this long and they still haven't added that. And so much other stuff. Or just fixing the previous problems I had talked about. Every devlog video, they do a lot of bug fixing and stuff, which I understand. But there are a lot of core issues the game has that are not fixed yet. Even the standard community is starting to fucking turn on you. Or like the CSR thing, I don't know, I haven't been in it. Like, I don't understand the priorities of this team. And they don't even understand Mania like at all, considering they have added an overall leaderboard for every keyboard. Like, every keyboard is different from each other, they cannot be compared. And yet these guys have it in the same leaderboard. Also, who asked for double setup? Who? Nobody wanted this, and yet they added without any reasoning whatsoever. Anyways, in conclusion, the engine is complete dog shit and pushes players to mash a lot. And with pausing, it just makes it into a joke. And the map system in this game is very bad, because you always run out of maps during sessions. Because whenever you download something, you might immediately start playing it. And this makes it though that even if you have 10,000 maps, it will all feel the same. And that's why a pack system is good. You give you like 50 maps that you probably will not play all of them, but it will feel good that you know there's something new to play every time you open the game. And then the star rating and PP system are also complete dogshit because they only favor a few patterns. And the developers should give the other free mode at least some attention and add meaningful features instead of whatever they are adding. And that's it. Every reason as to why I think this game is disappointing. Like, it's such a big rhythm game, yet falls behind in everything compared to projects ran by a few people. And that's it. Like and subscribe, and bye.